Aloha, Keiki from Kona Pacific. I'm here at my home garden and I wanted to talk with you today about a word and an idea. And then I want to give you some activity to go out and explore it and think about it, and also to learn a little bit more about this word. The word is edge. It's a word that starts with E, and it has a combination that's not that common, but here it is right there, edge. Edge. Edge, what do you know about that word edge? For me, the word edge is where two different things meet. So you can see the edge of the table, right? Because then there's the table and the edge is dropping off to air. Is there another edge that you could think of? Don't sit too far on the edge of you might fall off. There's also edge when we have the edge of the ocean where it meets the shore. There's the edge of the cliff. There's the edge of a lake. And when I think about edges in nature, it brings up this idea that people talk about. It's called the edge effect. That is when there's one edge, one system meeting another natural system. So it could be a field and a meadow meeting a forest. So when they meet, they call that the edge. And it could be where the garden meets a rock, and then there's a forest. There could be an edge where the driveway meets the bushes. So when I think about this edge, I also think about this thing they call the edge effect. And we found that there are more organisms and more living things at this edge than they would be in the field alone or in the forest alone. More at the edge. Why do you think that is? I want you to think about that. There's more living things at the edges. And so I'm going to give you an activity. See if you can borrow a spoon. Ask to borrow a spoon. If you have a hand shovel, that's great. But I like the spoon because it gets me nice and close and I can do a little micro hike. Take the spoon, go outside, find an edge. Right here, I'm at the edge of my lawn to the forest, and there's a log. I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to poke around the edge. If I find stuff that interests me, I'm going to put it in a can. You can use a little box or even one of these. Now, when you find them and collect them, you can just do it so that you can study them, show someone, but put them back. Some things won't stay in this can, but you could go ahead and use it so that you can stop later and count these things on the edge. What you might do when you're counting things on the edge is take a check mark. 1, 2, 3, as many things you find. And when you add them up, 1, 2, 3, and then you add 6, 7, 8, write that number down. Okay? So I'm going to take my spoon. I'm going to go to the edge here, and I'm going to see what I can find and call out to you. There is a lot here. Whoa, there's a blue-legged. Blue-legged! I'm not picking that up. And then there's some roly-polies and some moss, and lots of roots. And there's these tiny little shells. I think that it was like a snail that had moved on. Go ahead, ask if you can borrow this, and get outside. Go look at the edge of your yard and get away from the screens and see what you can think more about that word edge, because we do use that word edge in a lot of things. For example, I'm on edge. But I like it when we talk about the edge effect in biology, when something in the natural world meets something in the natural world that's different from itself. Aloha. Have fun with the spoons.